ओर बढ़ते हैं। आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि कृपया स्क्रीन पर ध्यान दें। ये कहानी है उस विजन, डेडिकेशन और टीम वर्क की जिसने एक संकल्प को आधुनिक युद्धपोत का रूप दिया। ये प्रस्तुति उन सभी सेलर्स, इंजीनियर्स, टेक्नीशियंस, प्लानर्स और कर्मियों को समर्पित है जिनकी मेहनत और समर्पण ने इसे संभव बनाया। प्रस्तुत है आईएनएस मालवन की निर्माण यात्रा।
तन समर्पित, मन समर्पित और ये जीवन समर्पित। चाहता हूँ देश की धरती तुझे अभी कुछ और भी दूं। INS Malvaan, a warship forged from the shadows of legend. Her crest bears the claws that once changed history, the Wagnak. Named after the coastal town of Malvan in Maharashtra, INS Malvaan stands upon a legacy carved in fire and steel. At the docks of Cochin Shipyard Limited, Indian hands forged more than a warship. They forged a promise to the nation in steel, in sweat, in iron will. Delivered on 31st March 2026, INS Malvaan emerged as a battle-ready symbol of India's naval power. This is Atmanirbhar Bharat in its most powerful form. Every plate, every bolt, every inch of steel built proudly on Indian soil. INS Malvaan is silent but armed for destruction. Her indigenous rocket launches rain destruction on close-range threats. Her triple torpedo tube deployed the deadly advanced light torpedo, hunting enemy submarines with ruthless precision. Below the surface, the Abhay hull-mounted sonar listens to the deep.
Hands to action stations. Hands to action station. Assume first degree of anti-submarine readiness.
Above the sea, twin navigation radars scan the horizon without rest. An advanced electronic warfare suit fuses sonar, radar, and battlefield intelligence into a single lethal combat management system. Her motto, Nishabd Nakha, silent claws. INS Malvaan sails in silence, calm as the deep, invisible as the night. But when the nation calls, she strikes without mercy. Over 7,000 kilometers of coastline, guarding the nation's prosperity, sovereignty, and strategic strength. She will defend these waters at all costs. Today, a crew sails with one mission: to honor the legacy they now carry into the seas.
Jain sir. Jain. Ship ready to proceed to sea. Very good.
Sail forth, Malvan. The seas may be endless, but so is the resolve you carry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now continue with the ceremony. May I request Sri Jose Vijay, Chairman and Managing Director, Cochin Shipyard Limited, to address the gathering.
Thanks. Respected Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh, Chief of the Air Staff, Vice Admiral Sanjay Watsyat, Flag Officer Commanding in Chief, Western Naval Command, Vice Admiral Sanjay Sadhu, Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition, Rear Admiral Vikram Menon, Flag Officer Commanding Karnataka Naval Area, Rear Admiral Ravneesh Seth, Admiral Superintendent, Naval Dockyard Karavara, Vice Admiral M.S. Pawar, and senior veterans present here. Heads and representatives of various firms and equipment suppliers, senior naval officers, Commanding Officer Designate Malvaan, Commander Praveen Kumar Tiwari, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good morning to all of you. Over the last 5 decades, Cochin Shipyard has served as the backbone of India's shipbuilding and ship repair ecosystem. From the construction of the country's first indigenous aircraft carrier, INS Vikrant, to delivering the technologically most advanced ships for both domestic and international clients. Today, CSL stands in the midst of a great maritime resurgence in India, equipped with one of the most advanced marine infrastructures in Asia. This morning, it is indeed a matter of immense pride and honor to be present here for the commissioning ceremony of Malvaan, yard number BY524, the second anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft built by Cochin Shipyard Limited. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the unwavering support extended by Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways, Indian Navy, design partner SETS, DNV, the Classification Society, industry collaborators, various MSMEs, and the entire employees of CSL, whose unwavering efforts have made this achievement possible. The ASW vessels are a shining example of Atmanirbharta in shipbuilding, in line with the Government of India's vision for Vikasit Bharat. Right from the design to the steel and equipment on board, these vessels are Indian in true letter and spirit. The indigenous content is around 80%. And this stands as a testimony to the Make in India initiatives of our country. While these vessels at 78-meter length is not the largest or the most complicated vessels which have been built by Cochin Shipyard, but they have posed their own share of challenges during its construction phase. But today, we are in a position to state that these challenges are beyond us. After having successfully delivered 2 ships of the series, the 3rd ship, Mangrol, is ready to be delivered soon. The remaining ships in the series are also in advanced stages of construction and will be delivered in quick succession. I can assure that, given the lessons learned and the measures taken to address the challenges faced during construction, the work in the balance vessels in the series will progress smoothly. At this moment, let me assure that CSL shall continue to provide all necessary support and assistance to the ship during its life cycle for operations and future refits. I wish INS Malvaan and her crew fair winds, following seas, and glory in every mission. Jai Hind. Thank you.
थैंक यू सर। अब मैं फ्लैग ऑफिसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ पश्चिमी नौसेना कमान से अनुरोध करती हूं कि वे सभा को संबोधित करें।
Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh, PVSM, AVSM, Chief of the Air Staff, Vice Admiral Sanjay Sadhu, Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition, Rear Admiral Vikram Menon, Flag Officer Commanding Karnataka Naval Area, Shri Jose Vijay, Chairman and Managing Director, Cochin Shipyard Limited, Vice Admiral Pawar, former Deputy Chief of the Naval Staff, former Commanding Officers and Executive Officer of erstwhile INS Malvaan, Flag Officers, distinguished veterans of the Defense Forces, members of the shipbuilding fraternity and the industry partners, officers, sailors of INS Malvaan, guests and members and my friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. It is my privilege and honor to welcome each one of you to Naval Base Karwar on this momentum occasion of commissioning of INS Malvaan into the Indian Navy. I extend a warm welcome to our chief guest, Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh, whose gracious presence underscores the spirit of integration and synergy that defines the defense forces today. Today marks another significant milestone in India's maritime journey. The commissioning of Malvan, second of the 8 anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft being constructed by Cochin Shipyard Limited with over 80% indigenous content, is yet another testimony to India's growing self-reliance in defense manufacturing. Also, Malvan becomes the first Indian naval ship to be commissioned at Karwar, which is a momentous occasion for the naval base itself. And of course, it is the 7th ship to be commissioned by the Indian Navy this year, and there are at least 12 more to follow. The ship's name, Malvan, carries deep historical and cultural significance for us. Named after the historic coastal town in Maharashtra, closely associated with the maritime legacy of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the ship reflects India's rich naval heritage while looking confidently towards the future. It also perpetuates the legacy of the earlier INS Malvaan, which served the nation with distinction as an inshore minesweeper from 1983 to 2003. The induction of INS Malvan comes amid growing strategic importance of the maritime domain and the Indian Ocean region. As India's maritime interests expand, the Indian Navy remains committed to safeguarding national interests, ensuring freedom of navigation, and promoting regional stability. Through sustained operations, HADR missions, and partnerships, the Navy continues to demonstrate professionalism, operational excellence, and commitment as a responsible maritime security partner in our areas. INS Malvan is a shining example of India's remarkable progress in indigenous shipbuilding. She embodies the technological competence, innovation, and dedication of our shipbuilders, designers, engineers, and industry partners. The successful delivery of such a sophisticated frontline platform reinforces our confidence in India's defense and industrial ecosystem and the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. I express my sincere gratitude to the Air Chief today for graciously consenting to be the chief guest for this ceremony. Your presence inspires us all and reflects the close bond that unites us amongst the defense forces in the service to the nation. I would also take this opportunity to commend our warship production and acquisition team for yet another milestone. A special appreciation to Sri Jose Vijay, Chairman and Managing Director of Cochin Shipyard Limited, who have emerged as one of our leading shipyards and the most trusted and valuable partner. To the commanding officers and sailors of INS Malvan, I wish you fair winds, following seas, and at least 11 meters below your keel. I'm confident that you will uphold highest traditions of the Indian Navy and serve the nation with unwavering commitment. In the end, I also congratulate every individual associated with this prestigious project. Thank you. Jai Hind, Samno Varuna.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer designate of Malvan, Commander Praveen Kumar Tiwari, will now read out the commissioning warrant.
अब मालवन के कमांडिंग ऑफिसर डेजिग्नेट कमांडर प्रवीण कुमार तिवारी कमिश्निंग वारंट पढ़ेंगे.
Commissioning order by the Chief of the Naval Staff. Whereas the Government of India has decided that Indian naval ship Malvan be commissioned, you are hereby directed to proceed to commission the said ship on the 22nd day of July 2026. Indian naval ship Malvan will be administered by the Flag Officer Commanding in Chief, Western Naval Command. Given under my hand this the 22nd day of July 2026. Signed, Krishna Swaminathan, Admiral, Chief of the Naval Staff.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes from now, we will witness the color ceremony. the hoisting of colors on board the ship will mark the momentous occasion of her commissioning into naval service. The color guard, commanded by Lieutenant Mayank Saman, has now formed up on the quarterdeck. We request the Chief of the Air Staff and dignitaries on the dais to proceed to the saluting platform for the commissioning ceremony. We request the audience to rise for the colors. All uniformed personnel are requested to salute with the fourth movement of Salami Shastra and cut the salute with the third movement of Bagal Shastra.
देवियों और सज्जनों, आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि कृपया अपने स्थान पर सावधान की मुद्रा में खड़े हो जाएं। अब वो गौरवमयी पल आ गया है जब पहली बार राष्ट्रगान की धुन पर निशान को फहराया जाएगा। लेफ्टिनेंट मयंक सामल के कमांड में कलर गार्ड अब क्वार्टर डेक पर तैनात हो गया है। कृपया खड़े हो जाएं और कलर सेरेमनी के लिए जहाज की ओर मुख करें। वर्दी में उपस्थित सभी अधिकारी गणों से अनुरोध है कि जब बैंड राष्ट्रगान बजाएं तो वे निशान गार्ड के साथ समय का मिलान करते हुए सैल्यूट करें।
It is indeed a privilege and honor to have Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh, Chief of the Air Staff, gracing this occasion. May we now request the Chief of the Air Staff to address the gathering.
Vice Admiral Sanjay Vatsayan, Flag Officer Commanding in Chief, Western Naval Command. Vice Admiral Sanjay Sadhu, Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition. Rear Admiral Vikram Menon, Flag Officer Commanding Karnataka Naval Area. Shri Jose Vijay, Chairman and Managing Director of Cochin Shipyard Limited. Esteemed veterans, COs and XOs of the erstwhile Malvaan. Commander Praveen Kumar Tiwari, Commanding Officer, INS Malvaan, and the commissioning crew of INS Malvaan. All the senior officers, veterans who are present here, senior officers from Naval Headquarters, Western Naval Command, Cochin Shipyard, and the industry, as well as from the other two services, distinguished guests, my colleagues in sparkling whites all around me, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. At the outset, let me thank FOCNC, Western Naval Command, for inviting me for this unique occasion. I don't think as an officer in blues, I would have got this chance otherwise in my life to watch such a ceremony being at the head of the table. We've already heard Malvan is a state-of-the-art aircraft, which is anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft. And, this ship and the crew, they carry the legacy of erstwhile Malvan. I can see some stalwarts here from that particular ship, which served the nation with pride for decades until it was decommissioned in 2003. So it's a very special experience for me. Unfortunately, when you are the last speaker, everything that is to be said has already been said. We've already heard about the history of Malvan, how it came about being. We've already seen the video. We already know that this name is inspired from from a state in Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's time. And we all understand how important the maritime security and the maritime power for India's growth is. Because any nation, they say, the maritime routes decide your trade, and your trade decides your destiny. And as far as India is concerned, we all understand how important the Indian Ocean region is to us. And Indian Navy has been playing a very vital role in ensuring that we have our secured sea lines of communication, and the trade, Indian trade just continues continues unhindered, and the growth continues unhindered. So whatever is happening in the recent times around the world is actually strengthening this concept that unless you have your sea lines of communication free, unless you have your free trade, you will not be able to succeed as a country. So I think adding another warship to Indian Navy, the 7th in this year, 7th month and 7th warship, and we have 12 more to go. So I'm very happy to see that Indian Navy is growing at the pace that they want to grow. I am very confident that with 80% indigenous content in this warship, this आत्मनिर्भर भारत जो हमने एक सपना देखा है, हम उसके बहुत और करीब आई जा रहे हैं. इंडियन नेवी शुरू से ही बहुत जल्दी इंडियन नेवी ने ये सपना अपना लिया था. हम लोगों ने देर करी है बल्कि, because various sectors take different times to grow. And I think as far as naval shipbuilding is concerned, India has always had an edge, and we had carried our legacy forward and in making ships. So very good progress has been made in our in Atmanirbharta as far as shipbuilding is concerned. And I'm told 80% by value is no mean task. Small components which we are still relying on, co-production and buying from outside, I'm sure we will iron over those also. And I just hope that, other two services, especially Indian Air Force, learns the lesson as to how Indian Navy has been able to, get this whole concept right, where you have your Indian Navy officers who are embedded in your shipbuilding right from the beginning. Those people grow up in the same chain and become even the senior most in that shipyards. And even after retirement, they continue to render the services. Something similar, I think Indian Air Force has to adopt to make sure that even in aviation sector, our self-reliance, our dream of being self-reliant becomes a reality, and becomes a reality soon. I always say that, that it's very important to build technology, homegrown technology. It's very important to do a lot of research and development at home. It is very important to grow, but you have to grow. If you have to grow and remain relevant, it has to be at the speed of relevance. If you are growing at a speed that by the time you design and develop something, by the time you produce something, the world has moved over to a new technology, then that has no meaning. So according to me, any technology delayed is technology denied. So we all who are in this field of military aviation, military sailing, or military land war, we have to realize that part, that if things have to happen, they have to happen at a certain pace, that we still remain relevant. And I'm very happy that the way our the indigenous infrastructure is growing in terms of R&D, in terms of production. There is a big impetus which has been given. I'm not saying we've reached somewhere very close to the target, but we are in the right direction. And as long as one is moving in the right direction, there is hope. So I'm sure if we don't waver from this path, if we remain, focused on this will be a game changer. So as I said, I must compliment Shri Jose Vijay, the chairman and managing director of Cochin Shipyard, and the entire team of shipbuilding for delivering this fine platform to the nation. And also, I must commend the Indian Navy's project trials and acceptance teams for their sustained effort and meticulous oversight, in ensuring the successful induction of so many ships, including this INS Malvaan today. Yesterday, I was talking to some people, and I realized how important these teams are, because they are the final goalpost. Also, they not only are helping out in the development stage, they also are the final accepting authority. They are the ones who declare a warship seaworthy or combat worthy, which is a very big responsibility they carry on their shoulders. And having this commissioning ceremony at Karwar, Naval Base Karwar, is again adds special relevance. Under the aegis of Project Seabird, Karwar has emerged as a symbol of India's maritime strategic vision. It stands as one of the most modern naval bases of the world, I would say, not just India, and equipped with world-class infrastructure and the advanced operational facilities. I've gone around the naval base yesterday, seen the various facilities that are available here. I think we are second to none as far as these things are concerned, and we should be proud of that. Before I conclude, I'd like to take this opportunity to reaffirm the Indian Air Force's commitment to enhancing the joint operations. With the Indian Navy, we've been working very closely, and I'm sure this jointness, this integration will continue to grow. We have already seen it in Ops Sindoor, what happened, and we've got a glimpse of what the future is going to be. So no future war is going to be fought by an individual service. We must understand that. All of us, whether we are in blues, whites, or OGs, or whichever color, whether we are in allied services, we all have to fight together as one nation, and then only we will succeed. And I'm sure this jointness, इस मुहिम में जो हम चले हैं इकट्ठे, जितना पुश लास्ट 4-5 सालों में दिया गया है CDS की चेयर के फॉर्मेशन के बाद, वो और बढ़ता जाएगा, और हम सब लोग एक साथ आगे बढ़ेंगे और इस देश का नाम रोशन करेंगे. So lastly, to the commanding officer, the officers, the sailors, I must tell you that you just, today you're not inheriting a advanced warship, you're inheriting much more than that. You're inheriting a proud legacy which is built over generations of courageous sailors who have safeguarded India's maritime interests and frontiers, and brought honors and distinction to this country. So remember that the technology can only provide you capability, but it is the professionalism, the leadership, the teamwork, the character which will transform a ship into a formidable fighting unit. And I'm confident that you will uphold the finest traditions of the Indian Navy and add new chapters to the proud history of Indian Navy through this magnificent ship. I wish the commanding officers, every crew member, and the families fair winds and following seas. May INS Malvaan always remain vigilant in peace, resolute in crisis, and victorious in conflict. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We will now proceed to unveil the ship's plaque.
May I now request the Chief of the Air Staff, along with the other dignitaries, to proceed for the unveiling of the ship's plaque. जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करें माहे क्लास का दूसरा एंटी सबमरीन वॉरफेयर युद्धपोत INS मालवन। देवियों और सज्जनों, अब मेमेंटोस भेंट किए जाएंगे। सबसे पहले फ्लैग ऑफिसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ पश्चिमी नौसेना कमान वायुसेना प्रमुख को INS मालवन
as the chief guest and distinguished dignitaries, accompanied by the commanding officer of INS Malvaan, proceed for the ship's walk around. Haiti will come in shortly.
माननीय मुख्य अतिथि तथा विशिष्ट अतिथि INS मालवन के कमांडिंग ऑफिसर के साथ जहाज के वॉक अराउंड पर हैं। हाइटी की व्यवस्था कुछ ही क्षणों में प्रारंभ होगी।